Hey, fifth graders, and welcome to your Reader's Workshop lesson for today, where we're going to be continuing our poetry unit. Welcome to session number 5. Here's what we're going to talk about today. Readers notice how different parts of a text fit together. Before we get started on that, I want to take some time to think. I want you to think about a time you had to wash down your feelings. Now, I'll help you with that a bit. To wash something down means to think of like washing it away or getting rid of something. So when you think about that, like washing away the dirt from clothes, that's when we talk about washing away or washing down. And I want you to relate that to your feelings. So I want you to take some time to think about what it means to have to wash down your feelings. And then share any thoughts you might have on this in the discussion located in the Wednesday Reader's Workshop folder. Today I want to teach you that readers notice how different parts of a text fit together to help us understand it better. Today we're going to be looking at a poem called Mom Speaks, and I'm trying to think about how these parts fit together. And in poetry, when I'm talking about parts, what I'm referring to are the stanzas. So in this poem, there's 1, 2, and 3 stanzas. And I'm going to be trying to pay attention while I read to how these parts fit together. Mom speaks. Later, Mom asks him, "Why don't you let Garvey be?" I hear Dad snort twice. "Why can't he put those books down, play football or basketball?" "Garvey likes to read. When was that not a good thing?" "Thanks, Mom," I whisper. "You're right," says Dad. "But reading doesn't build muscles, does it?" When I was his age, my pop and I always played. We roughhoused like, normal. I go downstairs, grab a Coke, wash down Dad's disappointment. Here we see the author using that term that we just talked about, washing down. Okay, talking about how she's literally washing down the disappointment that she felt with a Coke. Now, to know what disappointment she's talking about here, or I should say he or she, I suppose, I don't know. The disappointment that they're talking about here, though, is up here, where their dad is giving them a hard time for not having muscles, right? And again, up here, when asking why they don't like to play sports, like their father, connecting back down again here, right? So when the father says, when I was his age, I guess we are talking about a boy, my pop and I always played. So he's going back up here talking about the sports again. So see, this is where we're starting to see the connections between the parts. Okay. So I want you to use these questions to think about the stanzas of the poem and how they fit together. What do you understand from the first stanza, second, and third? So from each stanza, give me a little information about what you understood from that poem. And then how do you know Mom and Garvey get each other? What I mean by get is like understand. How do you know that Mom and Garvey understand each other? And the last question, how do these parts fit together? And how do you know that? We just had that discussion just looking at the poem there. So what I want you to do is answer these questions by adding to the discussion, same discussion, found in the Wednesday Reader's Workshop folder. Today you're going to be reading a nonfiction article from Newsela. It's on Asian American and the term Asian American. So what I want you to do is, while you're reading that article today, look for parts and pieces from that article that fit together. And then how does that affect your understanding? How does that change your thinking when you start to look at reading this way, as parts fitting together? Okay. This last page here, this is all on your assignment. Okay, so if you go to your assignment, you will see these questions written here as well. Jot some